government agencies to crack down on criminal syndicates over these years. And joining me on this conversation this morning is none other than Emmanuel Chime, who is a public affairs analyst and, of course, an estate management professional. It's good to have you join us. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Subon. Good morning.
Good morning. So quickly, a line from the paragraph of my opening remark did say that in Nigeria, the manufacture and distribution of substandard and counterfeit medicines in the drug market is booming. Now, the question I want to ask is, how come counterfeit drugs in the market is a booming business in Nigeria?
Yes, Subon, one thing we should know is that, a nation where, poverty, where corruption have, bedeviled the fabrics of that particular society, you are bound to see a lot of things happening there, all right? If today we now see where a pregnant woman give birth and sell the baby, then what do you think will not happen in the country? If today a lot of things are happening, if today one will win election and another will upturn it using the electoral umpire and get himself to the office, how then do you think that a person who is selling Maggi in the market or is selling Gary in the market, if he finds way to upturn his own or to shortchange the system, that he or she can do that? But if we want to get it right, it is very simple, can get that. Yeah, so we are not surprised that we are seeing that people selling substandard drugs in the market or substandard pharmaceutical products or perhaps edible brand of products or thereabout in the market. We're not surprised that those sort of things are happening. They are all attendant reflection of effects of when people are not, when the voice of the people are not the ones that are leading them. Ubong, if we use the man at the top as an example, everyone at the scratch will realign, as simple as ABC.
I like the way you put it, to realign. But let's look at something also that I saw. I did see that recently was reported that some 4.7 billion naira worth of drugs classified as wrong in one form or the other were destroyed in a fire in a Lu dump site near Port Harcourt, River State. Now, the question is, will this recurring decimal of burning fake drugs ever end in Nigeria?
Okay, it may not really end so soon, Obong. We have this culture in Nigeria whereby you catch up with a criminal, and the next thing you discover is that it's going to trickle down to, tribal sentiments or religious sentiments, all right? Then you see a lot of people demanding, hey, don't touch this guy. They don't even care about the heinous crime that the person have committed, yes. What they are now talking about is, he's our person. So, but what actually gave birth to that is just because we are not holistic in our measures. Because when they see that, including you that is trying to met out those standards or those punishments of the person, it's not clean. The process through which you get to the portfolio where you are and that gave you the power, to carry out the penalties or thereabout, it's not clean. And so when the people start crying and saying, hey, leave that guy, no matter even if the guy is carrying human head, leave him, it's our own. It's as a result that is coming to equity, is coming with dirty hand. That's why I say that, Bini, so that if we want to get it right, then we'll start from the top. If we fix it from the top, the down, on its own will readjust. It doesn't take us, rocket science. The down on its own will readjust. Once the top is being addressed, down will be readjust. But whether it's going to be, whether we're going to be seeing a different case scenario altogether, so no, we're not going to see. We're not very. Situation whereby in degrees, it's in various ways. Okay, so when we see all this happening in our society, do we continue to, met out a lot of measures on these guys to kill them, to deal with them? Though, like currently we see the DG, NAFDAC DG, talking about
death penalty for drug offenders. We're going to look at that.
Okay, thank you very much, Obong.
We're going to look at that.
Okay.
Because this is, you said something very emphatic earlier, that if the top can be dealt with, everybody else will realign. But the question is, this death penalty that's being proposed by NAFDAC for fake drug offenders, do you think this is too extreme, or do you think this is something that should
Ubon, it is more than being extreme, as it is now. It is more than being extreme. Why do I say so, Ubon? Ubon, remember that in this country, people are dying on daily basis. Not just even on daily, hourly. People are dying for this reason or for the other reason, on natural reasons. Ubon, in this country, the state actors are killing people on daily basis. In this country, Boko Haram, the terrorists, the ones we have classified as terrorists, are killing people on daily basis in this country. Ubon, in this country, kidnappers are killing people on daily basis on their own hands. In this country, Ubon, go to our various bushes to see dead bodies here and there littered around. And we are now talking about how to start killing the ones that are in business because of fake drugs and more. Well, I think we should reduce the measures at which we will kill in this country. This country shouldn't be an abattoir. It shouldn't be more like what do I call it? Zayamami, where people just slaughter, where people take human lives for nothing. For no value. It shouldn't be. We should start thinking on how. There was a time, that was sometime in 2017. I was privileged to pass through a particular school of thought then, and one of our facilitators rightly opened their eyes, and he told us that most of the Chinese guys you see here on the streets of Nigeria walking around doing some jobs, with their companies here in Nigeria, are actually prisoners and serving their prison sentence.
Prison time, yes. I'm aware.
They are moving around doing works in Nigeria. So Nigeria's situation is now like a prison condition for some people. And so, what does that tell you now? Instead of keeping them within a confine where government will be using taxpayers' money to feed them for doing nothing, for producing nothing, government now chose to send them to Nigeria to come and work. And as their is being remitted back to their country until they finish serving their terms before they will have access to the money. And so, can you see? They are serving their punishment, and yet they are productive. About how to bring this. I'm thinking about that. Ubong, if we must think about death penalty, what are we saying about when Nigerians, lots of voices started talking about or proposing that any corrupt politician should face death sentence as a matter of punishment for being corrupt? And do you know what our sitting Senate President Ababio rightly said? He said, until you steal up to 1 trillion naira.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere.
Not in that order.
In other words, if it's less than that...
Yes, even if it is 900 billion naira, you don't... No. 999 billion naira, no problem. You can go scot-free. But until you steal up to 1 trillion, that's the only time we can start considering whether we'll kill you or we'll keep you alive. Ubong. And in the same country, we're not talking about that whomsoever we say that is selling expired products of how much the person should be killed. Ubong, do you know what it means? Do you know the resultant effect of each single kobo that is being stolen by a corrupt politician in Nigeria? Do you know the cost on our society? Do you know how many lives that have been wasted as a result of bad roads? That is at an incident of an accident that happened, ghastly accident that happened, because a particular politician failed to fix the road, and of course the money had been appropriated, but someone just chose to steal the money and siphon the money, take it away, whisk away with the money. And lives are being wasted, and that person is not even being called to order. Till today, we are talking about that of Yaya Bello, and nobody is talking about how do we punish this guy. The next time we are now seeing is that he's even having dining and wining settings with the Minister of FCT. He's very busy moving up and down. The next thing you now see him now is talking about how to grab another political appointment as to shield himself. But do you know the deterrent the people of Kogi State are suffering? So when we be talking about all these that are happening, then we'll begin to solve it from the top. If we fix it from the top, then the down, just like I said, ab initio, will be fixed on its own. You don't need to go and talk to the down.
We'll come to that very quickly. Let's take a short break, and when we return, the program continues. Please stay. Welcome back. It's still this in Business Report. We're still looking at the business of drug administration and control, and I still have with me my guest, none other than Emmanuel Chime, still with me in the studio. So because we want to wrap this up very quickly, few things come to mind, Emmanuel, and one of them will be prosecution of offenders versus for drug,
No, okay, when you start talking about death penalty and prosecution of offenders, you will prosecute. It is only the court, after hearing the prosecution, will now convict that this guy is actually guilty as charged and therefore should be sentenced to death, or should be sentenced to life imprisonment, or should be sentenced to whatsoever, maybe finable sentence or thereabout. But in this context, Obong, when I talk about fixing it from the top, I mean holistically fixing it from the top. Now, the person that are going to be spearheading the prosecution are going to be coming from the side of the government, right? It's going to be government public prosecutors, right? Right. You talk about the lawyers working with the NAFDAC, right? And these guys, perhaps they are less offenders. They're going to be buying their own lawyer, who is going to be defending them in the court, right? Then Obong, see what is happening in EFCC. When EFCC is going to lay hold on billions of naira thieves coming from the side of our politicians, and they take the person to the court, the next day the person is out. Reason, Obong, go and check it. Those that are working with the EFCC as their legal team, right? Go and take the process through which they are being recruited into office. It is by a quota system. It is by, I know this person. It is by, this person is not my own. This person is my own slot. put this person here. And most of the time, it is the most undermerited that are being given the appointments. I don't know if you're getting my mathematics now. Now, then you now discover that these guys who are the alleged offenders are now going to go out there to go and hire the best of lawyers. I don't know if you're getting it now. The best of lawyers to come and defend them. And these best of lawyers have always been in the court, in and out the court, in all the days of their practices. And perhaps winning cases, having more and more experiences. And they are going to come there with detailed knowledge to come and defend. And they are going to stand at par with these guys who are undermerited, that have gained government appointment to now work or are tasked with EFCC, to work for EFCC. And they are going to have interface with them. Then you discover that these ones are not going to be able to defend what EFCC want to project to the court. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Then you now discover that when NAFDAC comes to see themselves in such picture again, then these guys, they will have the money. Obong, when people are making illicit money, those monies come in lumps. And these guys are working in syndicates, mind you. They don't usually work just, have a loan deal. No. They have their chains. They have their communities scattered across. And so it's not going to be that easy to fight and crack down on this particular chain of communities that are in this business. Mind you, most of their backbones are in government. And they know how to go behind camera to go and talk to these guys who are going to be trying them. Was it Senator Brooke Achua some time ago rightly exposed and said that in most of the occasions, his colleagues in the National Assembly, we asked him to intervene on the wife.
Yeah.
Who is in the judiciary. You saw it, right?
I saw that.
And that you always help them. Talk to the wife in the bedroom. And the wife will come to the court and give a favorable verdict.
Yeah.
So when such is happening, then you discover that these guys, they have influential guys in the government. And they go behind camera to go and still, subvert the justice system. To ensure that these guys, who are actually guilty as charged, are being set loose. And they go out to continue to do whatever they are doing. In fact, the next thing you will start seeing is that the life of whomsoever is prosecuting them will be in danger. I'm so sorry, that's the system we are running in Nigeria. But what I mean here is this. I'm not trying to say that they should not be prosecuted. No, that's not my opinion. They should be. And punishments should be meted out. Very stiff punishment should be meted out. Because the other day, I was nearly a victim. Ubong, I had a troubled stomach. I went and bought, not Fragile. I went and bought Fragile, a sachet from, in quote, a pharmacy shop. I bought it. Got back home. Immediately I got upstairs. I opened it, brought out 2 tablets of it. And as I was about to swallow it, I was about to put it in my mouth and swallow it. At the time, my mind, something struck my mind. I have to break one. On breaking it, lo and behold, you know what I found there? A stone. Ubong. I broke the other. I saw a metal like a short wire right in the middle. I wanted to actually take it to them, and meanwhile take it up. Maybe start looking for Consumer Protection Council to come and fight for me, or thereabout. But on the second thought, I knew that our system, Ubong, our system, our system. And so I just kept it behind camera. And so, but do I mean that these guys should continue? No. Do I mean that these guys are now beyond control? No. It is just that we are not sincere to fight corruption holistically. If we are sincere, we'll start from the top. If we fix it from the top, maybe our president may not even have to be our president today. And maybe many persons that are in various places of influence may not have to be there. Then if we fix it there, a lot of people down the train, you see everybody realigning by force.
I wish we had time. We don't have the time. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Chime, for joining me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kings.
And in case you're just joining in, this is the size of the package today on the Eastern Business Report. And of course, you may want to be part of the conversations on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel displayed right now on your screen at www.youtube.com/@Afia Business. And this is it. And coming up next will be Onya Afia. My name is Ubong Kings. Thank you for your time. Good morning.